Exclusive. Big U, 20,000 wiretaps and new evidence. Big U, 20,000 wiretaps and new evidence. Prosecutors say 20,000 wiretaps prove he's a criminal ringleader. This is craziness right here. 20,000 of anything is a lot. I only 20,000 pennies is $200. I think $200, I believe, right? Let me know in the comments. You wouldn't let a nigga keep $200. That's not $200. Ain't keep the change money. You understand what I'm saying? What 20,000 grains of rice maybe is not a lot. I don't, bruh. 20,000 wiretaps is way crazy. I'm just saying. Let's delve into this a little bit. Big U Henley, Eugene Big U Henley, Big U, must face a staggering 20,000 intercepted phone calls and covert recordings that federal prosecutors say expose him as the mastermind of a violent criminal network that gripped, Los Angeles for over a decade. The mountain of audio evidence described by prosecutors as surreptitious audio and video recordings could severely damage Big U's defense as he awaits trial on a sweeping list of federal charges. Prosecutors have already submitted a stipulation for a protective order to defense attorneys, signaling the sensitive and potentially explosive nature of the material. The government alleges Big U led what they call the Big U Enterprise from at least 2010 until his arrest, using the Rolling 60s gang and other associates to carry out acts of violence, extortion, and fraud. The indictment accuses him of using threats, assaults, and even murder. Sorry, YouTube. People say y'all don't like that word. Schmurder, to maintain control and profit from criminal activities. This is wild business. First of all, I would like to issue an apology to my brother to my brother Paul Kane. Salute to him. I like to issue who else? To my boy Ron Browse. To my boy Ron Browse, to my bro. I would like to issue an apology to Ron Browse, Paul Kane, and anybody else that I may have vehemently debated about California. Like, there's certain brothers that, and I hate to put them out there, but there's certain brothers that I know, and it's not just them, not just them two, but every other people aren't names that you would be notable, right? But some of these brothers, they they have a certain type of uncomfortability attached to going to LA. You know what I'm saying? They would tell me things about how they didn't feel right out there. They didn't feel safe out there. Like, you know what I mean? So too many bad things happen. And I will always be like, nah, niggas is moving wrong. Like, if you move like the adults we is, or like the militants that we always been, then we shouldn't have to go through the blah blah blahs and the blahs and the blahs and all of that, right? Like, because, like, listen, I say this all the time. You know what I'm saying? How Cali has always showed me love. I've never been in a uncomfortable position out there. Pause. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's always been love. I mean, I can remember, salute to Bigger B, rest in peace, Bigger B. I remember being out there just ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a burgundy bandana on. We was, Bigger B was, he was taking us around the town. We busting our moves with him and all that. Pause. And he's like, yo, I remember us being, it was a quiet moment we had. We was in the elevator. Bigger B was like, Rock, do you have a black bandana you could put on? Because it was neutral, like burgundy. It wasn't red. I'm thinking it ain't red. Like, I'm not doing too much, but son gently nudged me in the right direction. You understand what I'm saying? Like, listen, you know what I mean? But again, like, I got tons of stories of why I've always loved LA so much. You mean to tell me that all of this, all of these dudes' concerns were warranted? Like, yeah, I know. I mean, any city is a city. Be like, like any hood is a hood. Gangster is gangsters in every city and every hood or whatever. And like, the criminal element will exist amongst gangsters, even though some gangster shit ain't really gangster. You understand what I'm saying? Gangster is the definition of gangster is morphing itself into something more respectable than how we traditionally looked at it. But yeah, skip all that. What I'm saying is, every city you're gonna have a little bit of if it's a hood, it's gonna be some criminal element. You know what I'm saying? And you can't be moving through there all slipping. You know what I mean? Because you get got that way. You know what I mean? But LA, someplace where I enjoy, like, you know what I'm saying? I would go there, like I would go to LA to vacation. You understand what I'm saying? It's really right up under my nose. I mean, I know my nose big and all that, but like literally some of the worst things was going on this whole time, and I ain't know. Niggas is some good actors out there, boy, because I thought it was, but I want not to call y'all actors. I'm saying when dudes, when niggas told me it was all love, it really was all love. I had no idea it was niggas getting street. I mean, you heard some of the rumors. It's dudes you hit rumors. I mean, it'll be a new rumor next week, so all of the rumors will go away. You done heard about some of everybody getting got out there, but you by the time somebody asks them about it on the camera, the supposed victims about it on the camera, so much time done went by, they done denied it. Yeah, let it go. Just like a lot, new headlines then came in and pushed it all the way to the back post. But Ron Browse, my bro Ron Browse, we was out there one time, and somebody, I don't know, he made the I think he made the mistake of going live while we was there. We was at like a radio station, and somebody said something to Ron in the comments, and Ron didn't like it. He ain't like it at all. You know what I'm saying? It messed with his comfortability for the whole rest of the time we was there. When the opportunity came for us to stay and do more work, he was like, nope. And you understand what I'm saying? And it is what it is. Like, I like me and my bro Neff, we had a lot to say about that in that day. I'm here to say we was wrong. And I'm also here to say something else. 20,000 wiretaps is way too many. You understand what I'm saying? This is a lesson to any and everybody to not be talking reckless on none of this technology. You know what I mean? If you feel like you a real nigga, you feel like you a gangster, why don't you take a little bit of pride in your own gangster, right? And accept or even consider the fact that I'm a real gangster. Police might be on me. They know it's their job. Like, I'm not so. I'm on cameras talking about I'm the biggest thing in the. Why wouldn't the police think I'm a big enough fry as an opposition to small fry? Why wouldn't they think I was a big enough fry to be on my situations? But I'm on phones talking crazy. I'm online talking crazy. 20,000 suggest she was doing a lot of talking, or they was watching for a long time. Probably before you thought you was hot. Probably before, not hot in a good way. I mean hot in a, you got to stay low way. So it's, if you out here doing dirt, you might want to make it protocol, default settings, standard operating procedure to stay off the technologicals. And don't use the code. Don't you listen to whatever the blood code is, the code of speech is, whatever it is. If they got it, make up a new one. Come up with something new, and only give it to your homeboys either verbally or in handwritten jump offs. Because all of the technology is tappable. All of it. 20 fat. That's a lot. That's a lot, B. 20,000 atoms. That's a little bit. 20,000 cells. Human cells. That's a little bit. But other than that, it's a lot, B. There's a lesson in here for, for gangsters and for me. The lesson for me is like, yo, I really, I could have. Lesson for me is it ain't what I thought it was. Even though I knew it was real, I didn't think, I never underestimated the place. Never. But I just didn't realize the frequency. And I don't mean frequency like, wave. I mean how frequently things was going on of that nature. And, yo, listen, bruh. Ron, I'm sorry. Paul Kane, I'm shutting up. I ain't got nothing else to say on this matter. You know what I mean? But salute to all the people out there. Once again, thank you to a city capable of so much carnage for sparing me and my family when we was out there. You understand what I'm saying? Taking care of us. Not just sparing us, but taking care of us and all of that. You know what I mean? Because, niggas is flying out there. Niggas wasn't flying with no, you know what I mean? Maybe we wasn't big enough. Pause. Or maybe real just recognized real. What y'all think? Cali, tap in, let me know what y'all think. Salute to y'all. You understand what I'm saying? I'll be in Cali soon. Got a show coming up out there. You know what I mean? Let me know what you think. Again, as always, if somebody from Cali feel, if you from out there, you from the soil out there, y'all feel like I'm doing too much, please politely jump in the comments and be like, Rock, you might want to leave this one alone. All right? Anyway, pause protesters, get your ass out of here. The rest of y'all, welcome to the nation. Monster Nation, that is. I'm your host, your tour guide. President, I'm the king around here. I'm the landlord, owner, tenant, janitor, I'm off the damn floor. With you, if you don't follow the rules. The rules are you gotta like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications. If you're trying to be a taxpayer citizen of the nation, leave us a super thanks or a cash app. We actually prefer the cash app, but y'all do y'all on your own wave. Cash app tag will be in the description along with the Bandcamp link, which is there for those of you who would rather hear me rapping than hear me yapping. You understand what I'm saying? So you ain't gotta complain. Yo, we over here. Oh, you word rock, you Wendy Williams, man. Shut your ass up. The link is there. Click it. I got a new mixtape there. It's called Nonviolent Rocco. I got all of my mixtapes is there. Dating all the way back to Shell Shock. So go listen to the rapping. You know what I'm saying? Even though you clicked on it. You know what I noticed? Only people who say that, if you click on the video knowing what you clicked, the title is telling you. I don't lie in my titles, right? So You click on the video knowing what it's about, and then you complain. I think the only niggas who complain are the niggas who disagree. And that's fine, but why don't you just keep it 100? It's all good, just as long as you ain't disrespectful. Because you come over here with that, if I don't like your tone, I'm going to just delete it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, when you writing in your comments and all that, use your spell checks, because if you let autocorrect ruin your, you know what I mean, you're confusing the tourists here at Monster Nation. Citizens are supposed to know better. So spell things right, ROCK, MONSTA. Understand what I'm saying? Helter, skelter, not helter, skelter. It's an A and an H, not an E and an R. And for the love of all things decent, it's BCC, not BBC. Pause. But yeah, if you made it to the end of this video, let me get four telephones. 20,000. 20,000 wiretaps? It's too much, B. I don't like it. I don't like it. Also, is that true? Because here's another thing. Them on that side, on their side of the law, the police side of the law, they're allowed to lie. It's not against the law. You know what I'm saying? And, it's a tactic of theirs to kill you in the court of public opinion. They don't have to prove that they have those 20,000 wiretaps. You understand what I'm saying? Just because it's on allhiphop.com. Salute to them. You understand? They don't have to prove it to us. They just say it. Say it and people believe it. People run with it. In the court of public opinion, we'll smoke a nigga just off of that. You know what I'm saying? So that is to be considered too. You know what I mean? But anyway, if you made it to the end of the video, let me get 4 telephones. Rock on, rock on.